New York, it's been a minute, so you're all probably wondering what this is about. So in this video, I'm explaining the title of the video, New York, it's been a minute, and what this has to do with Tommy, and why we could be seeing Tommy in episode 9 of Power Book 2. So welcome back to MovieBot, and let's once again talk about the rumoured return of Tommy. So there's been new information that's been floating around that has just kicked up the rumours of Tommy's return once again. So I felt as if I had to address this and talk about this. For those who are new to my channel, welcome to MovieBot. If you haven't seen my previous video on Tommy and why so many on my channel think that there's a real possibility of him coming back, then I'll link this video to Tommy's return down below in the description and in the comment section. But just a quick overview, it all stemmed from Tommy, 2-Bit and Kadeem being seen on the set of Power Book 2. And I've spoken about this in detail with how Tommy, 2-Bit and Kadeem could kidnap Tasha during a transport from the facility to another, or when Tasha is on the way to court. And it's definitely not the first time that we've seen something like this happen either. If some of you remember, we saw Tommy and Ghost hit Felipe Lobos in the same way. But with that being said, you're all probably wondering what this new information is and why the rumours of Tommy's return is hotting up. And it all stems up from this Instagram post which was posted by the actor that plays Zeke. And it was a t-shirt that had NY, it's been a minute, written on the t-shirt with episode 9. So it's pretty much easy to say the title of episode 9 will be NY, it's been a minute. But what exactly does the title tell us? To me, it just sounds like someone's returning, and if it's been a minute, then I can only assume it's none other than Tommy Egan. I've been saying for a while now that it would make total sense to bring Tommy back for a brief cameo on Power Book 2 because it would just tie the whole Power universe and the Power world together and tie Power Book 2 to Power Book 4. And I've had a few comments saying it could be Elisa Marie, but I definitely don't think the title would be about her, and I don't think they'll be bringing her back just yet. I do think eventually they will bring Elisa Marie back, especially the way it ended with Tommy, but with her return at the moment in time, it just wouldn't serve the storyline, and it really wouldn't make sense to bring Elisa Marie back now. But the person that it would really make sense for is Tommy. Tommy has been mentioned by Tasha time after time, and in fact from the very first episode when she name dropped Tommy Egan as Ghost Shooter, I've been thinking from then that Tommy may come back, and they've continued to name drop Tommy a hell of a lot. Courtney Kemp even said by the end of the season you're going to see a very familiar face. Remember how I said a familiar face would show up at some point? I don't know, if someone said in court that I did something that I didn't do, I might feel compelled to show up and maybe talk to them about it. So Courtney Kemp said by the end of the season we'll be seeing this familiar face, and who's been constantly mentioned in court by Tasha? Tommy Egan. And it perfectly ties in with the episode 9, the title, which is called NY, it's been a minute. And it makes sense for Tommy to come back around the back end of the season in a brief cameo as Courtney Kemp teased. NY, it's been a minute. To me, that's only one person, and to me, he's only coming back for one reason, and that's Tasha. He's already given her a chance when he went to her apartment and he was gonna kill her, but he changed his mind, gave her a lifeline. But she's been constantly name dropping Tommy to save Tariq, and I think she'll be either hit in transport or when she thinks she's finally beaten Cooper Saxe and the Queenpin lawsuit and she's finally free. I think that's when we'll see Tommy return and put an end to her. I feel Tasha's storyline surrounding her case has to finish at the end of the season, around episode 9, and then just finally as she's got her freedom, that's when I hope we see Tommy coming back, ready to cancel Christmas. And if or when this happens, I think it could happen at the very end of episode 9 where we could see a glimpse of Tommy and continue into the season finale in episode 10 and then set up season 2. And I feel Tasha's death is something that needs to happen for the show and for Tariq, because this is what will set Tariq up for a life of crime and end up in the streets or when he finishes college. And especially with 2-Bit and Kadeem being seen on the set of Power Book 2 with Tommy with the cast and crew, and with them just finishing up filming on the last 2 episodes, then it only points to Tommy returning in episode 9, potentially killing Tasha and then leaving, going back to LA. And you guys have heard me talking about how they'll connect the Power Books together as a way of them connecting the Power universe and the Power world together, and it's also leaving it open and giving a reason for Tariq to possibly even eventually make an appearance in Power Book 4 Force, which is Tommy's spin-off. The reason I'm saying Tariq could eventually find his way over to Power Book 4 is because Courtney Kemp has also teased that one Power Book will be in the past and one Power Book will take place in the future. So with that being said, we know that Power Book 3 is going to be the one that's going to be taking place in the past, and Power Book 2 is set in the present time with it kicking off 72 hours after Tariq shot Ghost. This leaves Tommy's spin-off, the one taking place in the future. So I expect there to be a little time jump in Tommy's spin-off with him already having an established team, for example 2-Bit and Kadeem. And I've been getting a lot of questions and comments around 2-Bit being in jail, But what evidence do they exactly have on 2-Bit? I'm sure they'll find a way of bringing him back and reuniting him with Tommy, because after all, Tommy's spin-off will most likely be the most watched Power Book spin-off. And adding to this, 2-Bit is actually dating Courtney Kemp in real life as well, so I'm sure she'll find a way of having 2-Bit released from prison. There's just no way he's staying in prison for the duration of these Power Books. But just back to Elisa Marie for a minute, because I have been getting a lot of comments on Elisa Marie, and Courtney Kemp has confirmed that she'd love her to return in one of her Instagram live Q&As a while ago, and we know she loves doing these Instagram lives to tease us fans, but we have to take a comment sometimes with a pinch of salt, because sometimes she is known to lie to throw us fans off. But with this one, I really do believe she could return, because there really is an unfinished storyline between her and Tommy. But if Elisa Marie is to return, I'm not sure that we'll see her in Power Book 2, because Elisa Marie and Tommy had a heartfelt conversation at the end of Power in Season 6, and we've already seen Power foreshadow how much of a strong character she is, and how much of a strong character she can be in the future. She really is smart, the way she handled the whole situation with Tommy, and handled the death of both her parents after Proctor killed her mom and when he was killed by Tommy. And well, let's not forget who Elisa Marie is being brought up by, the Chivello family, and I think eventually she could return, but if she does return, will she seek revenge on Tommy or become his protege? Elisa Marie knew that Tommy was the one who killed her dad and Benny, but the fact she dealt with all 3 deaths with such strength shows how strong she is, but how dangerous she could potentially be. And well, if they're doing a time jump in Tommy's spin-off, they could well recast Elisa Marie with an older actress and a much ruthless one. So I personally think that we could see Elisa Marie returning to Power Book 4, but this is why I wanted to ask you guys, if she was to come back, would she be Tommy's protege or would she seek revenge on him? I would love to see her being Tommy's protege and eventually be the one to kill him. And could this be what brings Tariq over to Power Book 4? Because I definitely think there's some unfinished business with Tariq as well, because it was Tariq who took Elisa Marie out of the apartment and left the back door open for Tommy to enter and kill Proctor. So there's definitely some unfinished business there with Tariq, but for the moment, her return wouldn't serve the purpose for the storyline in Power Book 2, but it would definitely serve the purpose in Power Book 4. And they're always talking about how Power never ends. Well, this is how Power never ends. They have such a young cast and crew for Power now, with Brayden, Tariq, Diana, Elisa Marie, and with some of the old characters that we could well see returning like 2-Bit, Tommy, Kadeem, and I'd love Amari Garrido, who played Rodolfo in one episode of Power in Season 6, to come back and join Tommy in LA as well, because I was such a big fan of him as Sucre in Prison Break. So that is one actor I really hope that they cast for Power Book 4. But with all of that being said, let me know what you guys think of the title of the episode 9 being NY It's Been a Minute, and what do you think this means? To me, it only means one thing, and it's Tommy's return. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. And if Tommy was to return, then do you think he'll come back and kill Tasha, or do you think he'll be coming back for another reason? And also, let me know what you guys think about Elisa Marie. Do you think we could see her coming back in Power Book 2, or does it make more sense for her to be in Power Book 4, which is Tommy's spin-off? So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.